Hello everyone, welcome to Lucky Lockdown episode 5. And we're starting off with a title rematch from Mayhem, which sees Deonna Purrazzo defend her newly won LPW Women's Championship against former champion Alicia Edwards. You know, Alicia had complained that her altercation with Daphne had made her match with Deonna Purrazzo much more difficult. So she wanted a rematch tonight. And there's also going to be a women's tag match tonight. And the winning team will go on to the Queen of Quarantine tournament. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday. Which is, oddly enough, Father's Day. So I guess the Queen of Quarantine event. I guess it's a Father's Day special. Didn't really think about it. Planning it. So. And this match might be a little more different than usual. I messed around with the settings, so it could get a little more unpredictable. We're gonna zoom out just a little bit. There we go. And we have 4 more matches to decide on tonight's edition of Lucky Lockdown. We have... we have the Queen of Quarantine qualifying tag match. That's going to be a surprise. We have Brawler Malonis taking on Heath Slater. The match that was supposed to happen at Mayhem, but Heath Slater was attacked before their match. Remember, we have till 20 here on Lucky Lockdown. Also, we got another title match tonight, another title rematch, which will see Shay Cash going up against Tommaso Ciampa for the Lockdown Championship. And in our main event, we will see Vern Vicalo and Retro Anthony Green taking on Kellen Thomas and Marcos Pitbull. So some pretty good matches to look forward to on this show. And will definitely pave the way for Queen of Quarantine as well as Star Clash. And here we are back at the usual arena. This arena is actually a gym. This is the closest thing I could get to the Clinton Elks Lodge. Well, that was a close count. Oh, she's covering. There it is. Oh! Deonna Purrazzo does not want to be remembered as one of the shortest title reigns in Lucky Lockdown history. Beautiful snap suplex there from Alicia Edwards. You know, Alicia, I honestly, if I were in Alicia's situation and had a title rematch guaranteed, I would have used it at a bigger event like Star Clash, but that's just me personally speaking. That way the limelight is on her more, which it should be. But that's just the kind of challenger that Alicia Edwards is. She wants her title back now. And you know what? She did a, she's a great champion, and I can understand why she wants it back sooner rather than later. And you know what? A new champion can be with a new champion like Deonna Purrazzo, caught off guard so early on, this could give Alicia Edwards the advantage. Oh. And as of right now, and apparently, oh, she just stole Alicia's move. That looks like, wow, that was a deliberate. Well, Lish took that as an insult, and rightfully so. Well, now she's kind of doing something Deonna does, a submission specialist. Well, Lish is showing that she's got submissions too. Well, that's got to be it right there. Oh, it is close. Tony had to check his shoulder on that one. And you know, oh, Deonna could have retained if she wasn't so close to the ropes. See, Lish knows this ring like the back of her hand. That's why she is one of LPW's greatest performers ever. Not just in the women's division, but the entire LPW in itself. And with DDTs like that, there's a reason she's the real LPW Women's Champion. Oh, but that submission, Deonna Purrazzo, once again, being the virtuosa that she is, retains. And now we are back with the Queen of Quarantine qualifying tag match. We've got Aizana teaming up with Daphne to take on Brooke and Zelina Vega, formerly known as Rosita. Zelina Vega was at LPW before. Brooke has been promoted by Lucky 13 Promotions numerous times. Is a personal favorite of Lucky 13 Promotions, for sure. And, you know, Daphne, also she's been at LPW in the past. And Aizana is a regular in LPW at the moment, so we've got some interesting people lined up for this match. And what does the Queen of Quarantine get? Well, similar to the Opportunity Knox contract, she gets a shot at any title she wants, anytime, any place. And we know that Brian Myers is the current holder of the men's Opportunity Knox contract. Now, Daphne lately has been messing with Alicia Edwards, and I think that upset against Alicia Edwards really has thrown her off her game when it comes to facing Deonna Purrazzo. But what is Daphne's motive for this? You know, these are just strange events. Oh, double powerbomb. Aizana couldn't get there in time. Powerful forearm there to Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega, though. Nice Hurricane Rana pin. Oh, kick out right there and then. Now, Aizana had faced Daphne at Mayhem. They've already faced each other before, and Daphne with a code breaker had knocked Aizana unconscious. The match had to be stopped for Aizana's safety. And you got to imagine there is some animosity with Aizana teaming with the likes of Daphne here tonight. But you know that Aizana wants to be Queen of Quarantine. So she's willing to put her differences aside with Daphne. And Daphne just kind of seems to be in a world of her own. Oh, nice elbow drop there from Brooke. Aizana is quick to break it up. And Daphne just gets a kick out of it. I don't know how to describe Daphne. This is just bizarre, and there's that devastating code breaker. You might want to check on Brooke after that. Oh, but Brooke was quick to recover with a good Russian leg sweep. Tagging in Zelina Vega. Oh, nice teamwork there from the two of them. You know, those two used to work together at TNA at one point, I'm pretty sure. Not as a team, but I'm sure they've had a match against each other at one point, and now teaming up, but same rule applies. If Zelina Vega and Brooke win, then they face each other in the opening round of the Queen of Quarantine. But after those vicious code breakers from Daphne, I don't know. Oh, but Brooke is quick to break up the pin. You know, I think Daphne had just didn't realize her ring awareness, and Brooke was able to get in closer. If Daphne was a little closer in her corner, I think her and Aizana would be at Queen of Quarantine. Oh, the ruthlessness of Zelina Vega is just parallel to none. Oh, nice backdrop there from Daphne. And now she looks to make the tag to Aizana. Zelina tags in Brooke. Oh, good double drop kick there from Daphne and Aizana. I'd like to think of team names for these teams, but really, this is the only time, as at this moment, that these women are teaming up. And apparently next week there will be another debut for the Queen of Quarantine qualifier. It is someone I created this afternoon. Who is it? I guess you'll just have to wait until next week to find out who's in the game. There's that devastating code breaker and keeping her. There she goes. Aizana protecting. There we go. Aizana and Daphne will be in the Queen of Quarantine tournament. And Daphne, of course, with that crazy scream of hers. Wow. And the other match with an 83% rating. Another 83. Wow. The Daphnes is what she calls it. All right, well, let's remember that for future reference, folks. Up next is Heath Slater versus Brian Malonis, the match we were supposed to have at Mayhem, but Heath Slater was attacked before their match. And as much as people want to point the finger at Brawler Malonis, his alibi has checked out. He was at the bar during the time of the attack. And he had the empty beer bottles and security footage to prove he was there. So, Malonis has been cleared of any accusations in this assault on Heath Slater. It happened in the locker room, and we are still trying to figure out a suspect. But can Heath Slater focus on this match against Malonis after he was so viciously attacked and couldn't make his pay-per-view debut? You got to imagine that Heath Slater's mind is just in a different location right now. But doing his damnedest here to go toe-to-toe with Malonis here, though. You know, it was an upset last week when in their tag match that Malonis submitted to Heath Slater, but we know that Heath Slater is capable of the upset. He has defeated Chris Jericho. He has defeated Seth Rollins. Heath Slater is not a guy to be taken lightly. But I think due to his comedic nature, Malonis is insulted that he would submit to somebody that he identifies as more of a clown. And you've seen it in this match. He is not happy. And he is... But Heath, you know, we know that since he was let go, he had been working out harder in the gym than ever before. And he's showing off this strength that has never before been seen. But Malonis, he feels like a machine. He's so angry with what happened. He's going to kick out everything Heath's got to offer and more. But look at that, just shoving him down. And Malonis was questioned about going into this match. What were his thoughts? And he did say that he would very much like to find out who attacked Heath Slater before their match as well. Because that was his chance to debut on pay-per-view, and he is not happy about it. But losing to Heath a couple days prior, he's not too eager to find out. And he'll pick up the scraps when it's revealed. Well, at least there's some humility there in Brawler Malonis. But then again... No! You know... There it is, the swing vote, as he used to call it. This could be it right here. And nope, Heath Slater is showing he's got heart too, you know. He's got kids, he needs this win. But after last week's upset, I mean, Heath can't complain too much. However, getting jumped, I imagine he wants to figure out who did that. And I'm actually just receiving this message here that what the Salvatore Sincere has come and why it looks like he's helping Heath Slater. Tony S is not sure what to make of this, and I can't believe this is happening. I didn't know Heath would have some sincere backup here. Oh, beautiful backdrop. I think Tony's just going to let this go on. Malonis says let them. Malonis is not afraid, you know. Malonis is a warrior. And he says he can beat them both. But as of right now, he does look to be overwhelmed by Salvatore Sincere and Heath Slater. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sal's never been at LPW before. Well, maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. Oh, another swing vote. I think even with the interference. Oh, no. Malonis stands tall in this match still. Even with the interference. Doesn't... But it has definitely given Heath Slater the advantage. Almost making it a level playing field now. But you got to imagine now that Heath had this random help from Sal Sincere. you got to imagine that if he wins, is he going to feel guilty about winning because he didn't do it on his own? But I mean, how can a rivalry between these two great performers happen when somebody's attacked Heath Slater and we don't know who it is? I have just received a letter from... I have received some footage that apparently... Not footage, but... I've just received an envelope just marked commentary, and... apparently, the attacker was in a disguise. And after he had attacked Heath Slater, apparently someone saw someone from an unconscious Heath Slater walking away from an unconscious Heath Slater into the Battle Royal locker room. Because all of the Battle Royal participants from Mayhem had a separate locker room. So we're going to have to find out who in that Battle Royal would attack Heath Slater. I mean, could it have been the Patriot? Brian Myers or Matt Cardona, even though they're friends with Heath? Ricky Archer is a possibility. I mean, but I don't know why the Bad Breed would go after Heath Slater. Slater definitely trying to put some space between him and Malonis for a minute, because he can't withstand that onslaught of Brawler Malonis. And Malonis, he's taking his time, grabbed a beer from a fan, and now he's looking ready to go. And there it is again. Ooh, I think Heath might be unconscious after that. And even with the help of Sal Sincere, Malonis makes a very powerful statement and showed that his loss was a fluke last week. Now we are back to the Lockdown Championship. Shay Cash gets his rematch against Tommaso Ciampa in a Lucky Lockdown match. And, you know, coming off a very well-fought match Sunday, both of these guys, you know, Tommaso Ciampa successfully defended against Ivar, and then Shay and Frank put up a valiant effort against Flip Gordon and Christian Casanova. Although they came up short, their match is definitely something to go down in the books as one of the best tag team matches we have ever seen in Lucky Lockdown history. And on any other night, it could have been the heavy hitters. But we know Shay has been dealing with some stuff, and our hearts go out to Shay. And, you know, he's one of, you know, just a really hard worker who improves every time. You know, if he makes a mistake in a match, then the next match he doesn't make that mistake. He perfects working out those bugs, and he just continues to improve. I mean, to win the Lockdown Championship, he had to defeat Brian Myers, his tag team partner Frank Champion, and Josh Briggs, the current Hard Knocks champion. I mean, Shay had earned that championship, and, you know, Tommaso Ciampa, say what you will, but the Psycho Killer, he knew what he was doing to just days before a huge tag team title match, having Shay defend his title. I mean, could you imagine if Shay had retained and had to compete in 2 matches in one night? But you know, Shay would have gone all the way. He would have gone the distance, and he would have put on the performance of a lifetime in both of those matches. But Ciampa is a little devious, and, you know, he had earned that #1 contendership by defeating Maven in a cage match. apparently, further developments on the Heath Slater attack. It seems he was attacked again backstage on his way after his match with Malonis. With Braun Malonis, he was jumped and the attacker was just there, and then they couldn't identify them, and they just, sooner than they arrived, they just vanished. Whoever this is has got it out for Heath Slater, and oh, that's, in any other match that would have been a DQ, but Ciampa is trying to figure out how to keep Shea down, so he can walk out of here with his championship. You know, he's not going to be feeling 100% after his match with Ivar. But Shea will not give up. He will not quit. He's determined to win back this championship. And you know, he's put in the work, and a lot of people didn't think he could do it on his own. Winning that championship solidified that, so winning this title back means that much to him. As much as he loves teaming with Frank, he wants to show that he can do it on his own. And the heavy hitters are not done with Casanova and Flip Gordon, from what I hear, is they want another opportunity. And let's hope they get that opportunity. Because, you know what, I would love to see a rematch between those two teams again. Tommaso Ciampa getting ready with that chair, just swinging blindly, though, and, you know. Oh, beautiful STO onto that chair from Shea. Oh, suplex, just missed the chair. But Ciampa is just, he's on him like a hyena. Just trying not to leave any scraps to make sure he can make it out of this thing, but you know, Shea isn't easy prey by any means, nor should he be ever considered prey. An elbow like that, any normal man would have been knocked out by an elbow like that. But Ciampa, there's something not right with him. But Shea, this could be his moment. Don't look at him, just try to escape, Shea. But nope, Shea wants to make this personal, I think. But there's the fairy tale ending, and this could have cost him his. No, Shea was not going to surrender. He's not going to lay down and take this. I don't know what Shea's got planned next, but Ciampa is just finding his way more and more into, the crowd is just, and it looks like Ciampa could retain. Shea, he had that moment, but that one moment cost him everything in this match. And Ciampa retains. But at a 99%, Shea has nothing to be ashamed of, and, you know, hopefully down the road, he gets another shot at this title, or another title. Now it is time for our main event. Vern Vicalo and Retro AG taking on Kellen Thomas and Marcos Pitbull in a tag match. This is our main event, and, you know, the history between Vern and Kellen is very well documented, as well as the history between AG and Vern. I mean, bitter rivals have now become partners. And with Marcos and Kellen as a team, you know, two vicious fighters, you know, taking on two of LPW's greatest ever. This match is a main event for the ages. I mean, We know after the Fitchburg Barrio street fight at Mayhem, Vern and Marcos still have a lot of issues to be resolved, and I don't think it ends there at the street fight. I think, you know, it started with a cage match, then they had a tag match last week with different partners, then they had the brutal Fitchburg Barrio street fight, which saw a knockout blow from Marcos to Vernon, which was definitely something unprecedented, and some people didn't expect it coming, but, you know, I've seen Marcos train, and the tenacity he puts into it, and the people he trains with, they don't like working with him sometimes because he is just so vicious. He really is a pit bull. But then you've got the experience of Anthony Green, which at such a young age, he's shown the genius mindset of Jake the Snake plus Raven plus every great wrestler in between. And a true student of the game. And then, I mean, you have Vern Vicalo, Viciously Delicious, former two-time LPW World Heavyweight Champion. And he has overcome some tremendous odds. And you know there's nothing he would like more than a shot at Kellen to get back into the championship picture. But he's got a pit bull blocking his way, and I don't think Marcos even cares about trying to get a championship. He just wants to make Vern's life a living hell. And knocking him out during the Fitchburg Barrio street fight, he knows that humiliated Vern. And now he knows, and he let Vern know that, yes, he can beat him. Vern won the first match together against each other in the cage, but when it came to a match that Marcos picked, Vern didn't know what to expect. I mean, but the challenger and fighter that Vern Vicalo is, if he had to take another Fitchburg Barrio street fight just to get his hands on Marcos one-on-one, we know he would take it in a heartbeat without a second thought. Because he is one of the realest performers that has ever graced an LPW ring. And, you know, Kellen Thomas, there's a lot that can be said about him with a similar level of experience of Vern Vicalo, but it, you know, a lot of the fans look to Vern Vicalo as a hero. Well, Kellen's not here to win any popularity contests. He's here to win championships, and he's got the biggest title. What is Nova doing here? Nova has come to aid Vern Vicalo and Retro Anthony Green. This is the second interference we've seen here tonight. First, we saw Sal Sincere, which didn't end up helping Heath Slater against Malonis, but Tony's letting this go on too. I guess he's had enough of, you know, some of Kellen's antics in the past, and probably saw that some of the cheap shots he took, he's letting this happen. Looks like AG has formed an alliance, possibly with the Blue World Order. We have known that the Green World Order has gone up against the Blue World Order in the past, but maybe these are different times where they are in Bludison. This could be a new Blue World Order. I mean, Vern's wearing blue, AG's wearing blue, and Nova's here, and of course he's in blue. And AG makes the tag to Vern. And look at that, Marcos, just with that vicious pit bull mentality, just even after the onslaught, even after that interference from Nova, look at him, he is a machine. This man is just, he is not a man, he's a pit bull. He really is. He's got, but, you know, the things he's had to deal with in the past to get to where he is today, this is a man you do not take lightly. And now he's aligned himself with the world champion. This is just a deadly tag team between the two of these. This is... even with the assist from Nova, though, it looks like Marcos and Kellen have picked the pace back up, and although it looks like they're starting to change things, but Vern is not the legal man. Kellen was tapping out, but he's not the legal man. Anthony Green is the legal man. If Anthony Green had applied that submission, this match would have been over, but oh, beautiful enziguri there from the world champion. I mean, oh, we have seen this trick done before, and Tony is not sure what to, but Kellen provides that distraction, so Tony didn't even see what fully happened and can't make a judgment call with that chair tactic. Vern had saved the match for his team with it. As vicious as Marcos is, you know, he pulls tricks like that, you know. And it has defeated Brian Myers before in a battle royal that was not taped for Lucky Lockdown. Anthony Green going for the pin, but Kellen is just like a hawk, razor sharp to break that up. Now Marcos, oh, AG just, we got Vern in the corner, going back to his corner now. Oh, sidewalk slam with authority. And now he tags in the world champ. I mean, AG somehow made it in there, and oh, brutal double powerbomb, but AG's not the legal man. AG is at the ropes as well as not being the legal man. I don't know what Kellen is trying to achieve with that other than to just send a message to the guy he just beat Sunday at Mayhem. Vern with those elbow drops, definitely trying to change the tide of this match for his team. I mean, and for AG and Vern to work together so well, this is definitely a different side to both of these men. I mean, now Vern and Kellen are trying to do their thing, and Marcos and AG got in, and it was an all-out war. And those elbow drops from Vern are really, you know, you got to wonder how much they're going to take out of him. Each jump, you know, he's taking a very dangerous risk with that. And you got to wonder how many more elbow drops before he runs out of, you know, completely runs out of energy, and then AG has to more or less take on two guys. So hopefully this time recuperating, once Vern gets back in, he can more or less retain the pace of the match. Oh, brutal clothesline from Marcos, and he just falls after that. He's, you know, this match has definitely turned out to be a lot more surprising, but we only have less than a little more than a minute left before this match ends. This match could end as a time limit draw. We have less than a minute now. The AG with that beautiful suplex, I mean, just not enough energy to make a cover. Tags in Vern. It looks like Vern's running on all cylinders at this point. They try to go for a double team. Marcos, though. Oh, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's the match. This is clearly all four of these guys have unfinished business, and 20 minutes wasn't enough to do it. What happens next week? This is the first draw we've ever had in Lucky Lockdown history, and is Nova to blame for this? What is Nova's affiliation with Anthony Green and Vern Vicalo? Is there an alliance? I guess we'll have to find out next week. Alright, this wraps up this week's episode. Don't let the luck run out.